Professor Griffin again. Python Crash Course, Lesson 11, Tuples. I hope you guys know that I'm barely scratching the surface of any of these topics that we're talking about. There's so many more things you can do with all the things I'm talking about. I'm just trying to give you guys the down and dirty. So last time we talked about lists, and lists are what we call mutable containers, which means you can change them around. Tuples are immutable, meaning you can't edit them, meaning once you create one, you can't change it. But they're very memory efficient. So what is a tuple? So I could say t is equal to hello world, print t. And so Python automatically knows you're taking multiple items separated by a comma. It'll stick them into a tuple data type. If we said print type of t, then we get it's a class tuple. We could use a different syntax with the same effect. However, I said they're immutable. So if I said, well, I can access an element like t sub 0, right? If I said print t sub 0, ran that, we're all good. It accesses the 0th element and it pulls out hello and printed it out. However, if I were to switch that around and say t sub 0 is equal to goodbye, well, I'm going to get an error. So that's not good. What else can we do? T is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. T, we'll call that T2. You can add tuples together. T1 plus T2. Since they are classes, the plus sign is plus sign's overridden to concatenate them and basically create an entirely bigger tuple. So I could say T3 is equal to T1 plus T2, and same effect. Let's see. You can run functions on, there's so many more things. So if I print T3, I have that big tuple. I can say print max of T3, and this max min function, which I'll do again, will work on lists as well. Min T3. And if lists and tuples seem so similar, then what's the difference? Like I said, tuples are way more memory efficient. But I can say T3 is now equal to a list T3. And now it's a list, and I can mutate it if I want. The real reason I'm talking about tuples at this point is because we're going to use them in a second when I talk about dictionaries. And this is a cool thing about tuples. So if I had T4 is equal to, let's say, some coordinate system, right? And I'm reading in a bunch of these. Cool thing is I can say x comma y is equal to T4. And I can pull those values out very easily. Oh. And so yeah, we have a tuple with a couple of coordinates in them. And then when we say x comma y is equal to that tuple, as long as the number of values you have over here is equal to the number of values in the tuple, it'll take the 44, put it in the x, the 77, put it in the y. And likewise, if we had a z coordinate and we threw in a z and we added Z, we'd get the same effect. Boom. There you go. Down and dirty. Again, there's a ton more.